Then the kickoff.
The kickoff one was very
It's
interesting.
basically like the college rules.
It is. It was very interesting to me. I'm torn because I get
I
the
think it's
health and
stupid. I hate
safety.
it. Yeah,
I
hate
get
it.
the health and safety, but I absolutely hate the rule because you're taking that element away. And the more and more you take that away, we just talked about creating another job, right? Third quarterback. Well, now you're going to start to lose some jobs potentially if this is the first step of it. Where do you think it goes? How much further are we going to get to where it's not even needed anymore? We don't worry about the kickoff anymore. Those jobs. That is a legit part of the game. So even when we changed the kickoff rule, initially, man, we could have a running start from like 10, 15 yards. It didn't even matter. So, man, dudes were flying. Concussions. All right, cool. So they made it where you can only move 5 yards. All right, cool. We adapted. You flying. Then they said, okay, we're going to move where you're kicking it from. All right, cool. So then coaches said, what? Let's evolve. You can kick into the touchback, get these dudes the ball on the 20. Or you could pop this thing up with a ton of hang time, make them catch it on the 5-yard line or the 4, and now they got to return it. So it was like all this different strategy goes into it. But now it's just like, dang, if you put it anywhere inside the 25, all he has to do is this, and it's guaranteed right there. Like, I'm just not a fan of that. But at the same time, for the health part, all right, yeah, man, concussions are higher percentages on kickoffs because it's a faster play in terms of you getting the full sprint and stuff like that. So I do get it. And for that part, yeah, I like it. But this is also football. You are never going to make football 100% safe. That is not ever going to happen. As long as we're in full pass running full speed at each other, it's not going to happen. And I do feel like it's certain things that we know we sign up for. And that's the part for me where I'm just kind of torn with it. Because, yes, you do want it safe. But at what point are we saying, man, this is no longer going to be
DeMar Hamlin play was a safe play.
Right.
There was nothing
saying?
outside the lines on that play, and that happened.
It's very frustrating when I feel like the people who aren't football players make these type of decisions on our behalf. I'm just like, bruh, come on now, man. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of this stuff, bro.
Yeah, it actually feels like all the players that are sounding off on this and coaches hate it. Andy Reid was like, "This, we're going towards flag football."
That's literally like the kickoff is it's one of them plays for a reason, bro. But guys, I just don't know, man. Like I said, I get the health part.
What'd you say about the 25 though?
So essentially, the way the rule works is they're saying, from what I was reading again on it, if you catch it anywhere within
from the 25 to the end zone,
into the end zone,
okay.
yeah,
you get it at the 25. What if you fair catch it at the 30? Like someone he skied up the kick.
Then you get the 30.
You get it wherever you catch it. Okay,
but that's a big deal because it used to be at the NFL level, it has to be in the end zone for you to fair catch that thing and set it down. If it's anywhere in the field of play, you fair catch it. That's where you're getting that ball at. If it was a punt and you fair catch it on the 10, you get it on the 10.
You know what I do if I'm the kickoff team? I think you got to try to learn some type of flop shot now. If you
where you hitting it on the ground?
No, well, yeah, actually, yeah, that too. If you could squib one down there,
where it's like Sunday hop in the middle of this thing.
Yeah, make sure it can get down close to like the 10. Like you got to. It's got to be some type of specialty kick. Because just a classic short squib won't work.
Right.
That or almost like a flop shot when you kick. Think of golf. Whenever you want to hit it higher. Mm-hmm. Can you do something? I don't know. We could ask Balls this. We'll see if he's got this up his bag of tricks. But you hit it high enough so it could like settle in between that 25 and end zone.
Yeah.
And it's high enough where it makes the guy have to think about it a little bit.
I like it.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, you're gonna fair catch it. Like, you better make sure you catch the ball. Because that's no gimme on punt returns.
It isn't.
Because I feel like kickoffs over the last 5-10 years, you almost bail out the guys that are returning by constantly kicking it in the end zone.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
That's what I would try to do.
Like they're going to be
those are two types of kicks. That squib one, like you were saying, where you literally can't fair catch it.
Right, where it has to like tap something, but you kick it so hard where it's almost like the end of a half type kick.
Yeah,
where you're trying to knuckleball that thing. You find somebody and you're like, yo, I don't want to hit him, but I want to knuckle this thing through here.
I think that's the new kickoffs. This is the loophole.
Because it's like otherwise, man, you eliminate that part. So as a defender, as a special teams coach, if I'm trying to win the field position battle, how do I do that if I know you're going to fair catch at the 25 every single time? That's the strategy that you're going to have to start thinking of. I thought of some of those things you said. Also, usually, with those upbacks, the guys are not the main returners, but you typically have like your tight ends, your O-line, like some of them dudes on that like second tier line. popping stuff up to them, make them have to catch some footballs, man. But that's another one of those risky things too, because
you give them good field position.
A good field position if they do catch it. But that's some of the challenge. I'm just like, why are we doing this? Like, nobody's asking. Like, football is gonna be football. Dudes are still gonna have concussions. Dudes are gonna get broke legs. Dudes gonna get jacked up. We know this. It's not a question of if. It's just a matter of when and how bad. Okay. But if you're playing football, it's like, would you sign up for boxing, Deke, if you didn't expect to get punched in the face? Like, that's a part of boxing, right? It's a prerequisite. You're going to get punched in the face. Would you do UFC if you didn't want to get elbowed? Like, no, you're going to get elbowed. It's a part of it's your fight. So when I think of football, like I said, I get the health part. I do. But it's just really frustrating at times when this type of stuff happens, man.
Yeah, not the biggest fan.
Yeah.
But if teams can find some of these loopholes, maybe the kickoffs could be more interesting. If you're seeing some of these creative squib kicks or flop kicks or whatnot.
Yeah. We're gonna find
because
out,
how many times would you say whenever there's a kickoff, they just kick it out of the back of the end zone? It's probably at least 50-60% of the time.
Most teams do, yeah. It's a good amount of.
At least now, I would assume you'd be putting a lot of these in play now.
Mm-hmm. I just think of like some of the exciting moments that we've seen from special teams in NFL history on kickoffs, whether it's return man. Think it was the Super Bowl where Devin Hester returned the opening kickoff, bro.
That was against the Colts.
Against the Colts, yeah. Electric moment, man. Electric moment. You just think about all these different things. I'm like, man, this rule, you potentially run all of that out of here, though, man. But they said it's a one-year thing, so we shall see, man. We shall see.
Corey Ewan says, get rid of kickoffs. It can't be called football.
Facts. I'm with you, bro. Because that's going to be weird, man.
Steve Anders says, makes no sense to fair catch if you think you can go all the way. 25-yard line, nothing changed.
It sounds good. But when your head coach is going to be telling you, I'm not worrying about you thinking what you can or can't do, you're going to take this ball to 25. That's the issue. They already do it in college. Return back after I can get to the house coach. I do not care what you think, because if it didn't happen, you don't get another chance. You don't get another. You know what I mean? Like, you get tackled on the 20. Now I could have the 20. You get tackled on the 10. A guy misses a block. If there's a holding penalty up there, a block in the back penalty, like, they think about all of that stuff, and they literally.
The kicker's good and can keep the ball up in the air for a certain amount of time.
That coach would be like, bro, I'm not hearing nothing that you talking about. You down in this ball, you fair catching this ball, we getting at the 25 and going. We're not risking no penalties. We're not risking no turnovers. We're just going to take our yardage and go. In fact, it's a 5-yard upgrade from where it was a year ago, right? Instead of being at the 20, you're getting at 25. So,
yeah. All right, that's the rules then.